Introducing J&J Beard Co., your go-to destination for high-quality handmade and natural beard products. Our family-owned business, based in New Jersey, prides itself on using the finest ingredients to bring you premium products that will elevate your grooming routine. Each product is carefully crafted with love and expertise, ensuring that you get the best care for your beard. Treat yourself to the luxury of J&J Beard Co. and experience the difference that true quality and craftsmanship can make for your beard. Join the J&J Beard Co. family today and unleash the full potential of your facial hair with our exceptional products. Find them on the web at jjbeardco.com. That's jjbeardco.com. Get ready for an epic collaboration as MB Radio and Patriot Radio join forces. These veteran-owned stations are uniting to bring you top-notch, veteran-run podcasts, along with your favorite classic rock music 24/7. Stay tuned for the ultimate radio experience that celebrates our heroes and plays the tunes that never get old. From engaging discussions to timeless hits, this partnership has everything you need for your listening pleasure. Don't miss out on this exciting new chapter in radio history, as MB Radio and Patriot Radio come together to rock your world.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. This is Money in the Military. You're listening and watching Military Broadcast Radio, where we're giving veterans a voice. And I'm just excited to be here. I just wanted to say thanks once again to Military Broadcast Radio and all of our sponsors, everybody that's been contributing and helping out to the team and the organization. It's been a great experience. And I just wanted to. I guess I've been thinking a lot about this lately, and it's gonna be a little bit more or a lot more of a somber episode today, because we're going to be talking about veteran suicide. This is something that, just as a, potential warning to any listeners out there that may struggle with this or maybe currently in crisis. If this isn't something that you want to hear, that's fine. I respect that. It's just something that I want to highlight and talk about, just because, it's just something that's been hitting me lately. And I want to get the word out there and start highlighting some of the organizations that are out there that are basically trying to combat veteran suicide. And you might be thinking, okay, what does this have to do with money in the military? But the data does show a link between veteran suicides and like some financial issues. So once I started learning more about that, I realized that, maybe there is some kind of way for me to use my platform to advocate for awareness about financial issues. How do they affect veterans, and how do they actually attribute to veteran suicide? So, I'm usually I'm very much a lighthearted guy, but I'm also a licensed mental health professional, and I can turn on, that part of me just as quick as I can, be silly and goofy and laugh and joke around. But this is not necessarily joking matter, but it is something that we should be talking about. Because it's there's all kinds of great initiatives out there, and I don't want to undermine them, and I just want to acknowledge that there are plenty of great opportunities out there for veterans to find resources. But I think part of the problem is that there are maybe too many resources and people don't know where to turn to, especially if they're in an active crisis. So yeah, with that being said, just wanted to so basically what kind of triggered this was I stumbled upon in this veteran Facebook group. There was an organization that popped up called QRFup.org, and they were looking for volunteers to be first responders and mental health professionals and clinicians. So I was like, well, I'm interested. I'm curious about this. So I started going down the rabbit hole and reading about them and started learning about them. And come to find out, like they're another nonprofit, and they're trying to they're developing an app that is basically, they're calling it like an SOS type of platform. And actually, it's probably easier if I just kind of present their website. Let me see, because it's a really cool website. So yeah, we'll start, and I apologize for those of you who are listening. I'll try to kind of describe it along for any of the people who are just listening via the podcast. So this is we are the light in the darkness. QRF Up. So QRF Up org was created to fill a need to provide an emergency response team with unparalleled dedication and commitment to veterans in crisis and their mental health needs. Our app is a tool with a two-stage concept designed to respond to veterans in immediate crisis situations. Although crisis degrees may fluctuate, our teams are designed to respond to specific requests. After an SOS is activated, the first stage is initiated, and our team can respond within minutes, with or without the need of first responders in support. The second stage is initiated after action of our response team, where we will help the veteran and our family to reestablish their trust, safety, health, and livelihood. Veterans and their families can encounter a variety of financial needs, career dilemmas, and life experiences. We are a quick reaction force built and created by our own community to serve our community. We do not contact law enforcement or other government agencies to interfere or create further legal problems for our veterans that are already dealing with an emotional, financial, or familial crisis. We respond and won't abandon you. Our app will be available to download soon. So I actually got a chance to speak with a good part of the team. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see, we have the team is so yeah, I got a chance to speak with the founder and president, Ramses Yebra, goes by Ram, Miguel Vasquez, the finance director, and a couple of other people. But so basically, they have this app. So it's a very simple to use app. It's launching, I believe, November 11th. So there's still time for it to they're still working on the rollout. But basically, you have the app, you press the SOS button, and then they alert based off of your app location. They alert the team, and then you can basically get real-time support. So somebody will connect with you. So the initial first round of support will be a first responder. And that's a volunteer. That's a veteran. Let me see if I can pull that up. So that's usually a veteran, and it's not necessarily a mental health professional, but you can basically become part of the quick reaction force. They encourage the participation of volunteers who support the mission. If you agree with our mission, so basically they're going to interview you, train you in the procedures, and teach you how to be a first responder volunteer. And then they also have a portion which got me interested, which was the mental health side. So they have a QRF responder or mental health professional. So that's where I'm going through the process now of trying to become a mental health professional on their platform. So yeah, it's a really awesome tool. It's another like everyone has their phone in their hands nowadays. Everyone is connected on their phones, and this allows people, especially if you're in crisis, a the 988 crisis line is just it's a great idea, but I don't think it's really I don't think it's quite getting the outreach that it needs. So that's yeah, that's basically the breakdown. I'll stop sharing for now, but yeah, it's really a great opportunity to connect. I think there's a community aspect that I really like about this, and I'm just really excited and passionate to learn more about what they can do. There's also there is a financial element to this too. They provide grants to veterans and family members who are experiencing financial strain, regardless of discharge or time in service. So that's obviously a good one. For me, I'm passionate about helping veterans with their finances, helping military members with their finances, because I know firsthand that it affects your mental health. It affects all different aspects of your life. So if I go back to me using this platform to advocate for any veteran, any military member who's struggling with their finances, especially if it's causing you enough mental, concern that you're actually considering, ending things. So that's the last thing that I want, for any veteran to consider. So if you're at that place, reach out to somebody, and places like this are going to be great. Once they go online, they're going to have a whole network of first responders, mental health clinicians, and they're basically not going to, they're not going to disconnect the call at all. They're going to basically, get you help, get you the supports that you need. And I think the average, call time is going to be like 40 minutes, of call time. So they've done some, they've done some small market research to kind of validate the concepts. They're building this out, and they need support. Obviously, they're going to need volunteers. They're going to need mental health professionals, and just everything and everyone in between. So once I heard about this organization, I was immediately, once again, just like with MBR, like MBR is an amazing platform, and they're giving veterans a voice. And I'm using my voice and my platform on MBR now to advocate for, all these other types of organizations, because there are so many great organizations out there, nonprofits, for-profits. Everyone is out there we're all trying to fight the same fight. So let me go ahead and pull up again all the different sponsors that they have. They have a lot of great sponsors that they're working with. So here's just an example of some of the sponsors that they have. Just an enormous amount of support, but they're still going to need continued support. So they have a donation, if you want to help donate. They're also doing silent auctions to try to generate. Yeah, so they have a fundraiser campaign. So let's put it out there. Let's get the word out there. If you like I've connected with some military service members and veterans that are, I'm just going to be honest, they're very financially well off. And I'm going to challenge them to put their money where their mouth is. And if you support veterans, if you say you support veterans and you have enough money to live comfortably, then then you should donate to these causes, because they're on the ground. They're on the ground floor, helping out these veterans and these military members. So it's going to take a whole community to do this, and it's not going to stop. We're going to have to continue fighting this fight. So, yeah, so that's just something that I'm just going to be advocating for. I'm hoping to. I'm working with them. I'm going to have eventually have an interview with some of their team, and we're going to kind of talk about this in more detail. So this is just the opening salvo of this potential collaboration and support. So more to come. But I'm excited to be a part of the platform as a mental health professional. And if you're a mental health professional and you want to help veterans, then this is one way to do that. So I encourage anyone in the because even the volunteers, like, you don't have to be a mental health professional to be a volunteer. It's just like some of these suicide call centers. They train you on how to do this stuff. So yeah, that's something that I'm really hoping I get the word out to as many people as possible, and I'm going to keep harping on it. And like I said, it's not gonna end. It's something that we're all just gonna have to keep collaborating with each other and helping each other with. So all right, so with that being said, we're gonna take we're gonna take a quick musical break. And all the musicians that I highlight are military veterans, and I think everyone on the platform so far has been military veterans. So in honor of this episode and talking about reducing and eliminating soldier suicide, we're gonna have Make 22-0 again by Ryan Spencer. So it's a really great song, and hopefully we'll get this number down to 0. So here we go.
Another regular day, nobody knows. It's that time, he's coming home to them from a foreign land. He pulls up, his mama cries, looks at daddy with tears in his eyes and says, nothing feels better than this. Couple of months go by and no one sees. Something just ain't right, only wants his peace. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free and put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again. He gets help, but he still feels off. Sees an ad on the TV about a dog batting said, this is a man's best friend. Whoa, so he goes one day and he picks it up. Never thought a dog could bring so much love and put a smile on his face. But he's finally found a saving grace. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free. Put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again. Whoa, whoa. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free. Put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right, we are back. This is Money in the Military, doing a kind of a different type of episode. So this is, we're highlighting different organizations that are helping with veteran suicide. So this is, if this is not something that you want to listen and stream, that's fine. I understand. But this is something that is important that we need to be normalizing. We need to be talking about it. It shouldn't be hushed and, swept under the rug. So, before the break, we were talking about QRF up. This is a quick response force. Basically, they're an organization that they're coming up with an app that is going to basically provide a direct line to a whole series of support structures. So, check out their website, qrfup.org. So they are a nonprofit organization, and they've been in operation for I think a year and a half or so, and they've been doing the initial stages of this rollout. So it's going to take a little bit more time, but I think November 11th is their expected start rollout date. But they're going to need support to get to that point. They'll need financial support. They'll need volunteers. And like I said, I'm volunteering myself as a mental health professional to be a part of this organization. So it's something that I'm really, really passionate about. And I'm just hoping that, like if I help one veteran, that's worth it to me. So I'm going to donate my time and energy and effort to help in this organization and other organizations like it. There's actually another organization that I stumbled upon recently, and this is they're taking a very different perspective on veteran suicide, and they're called Irreverent Warriors. I only just recently stumbled upon them, and I'll go ahead and bring up their website because they're also, just like QRF Up, they're part of the bigger, we're all on the same team. We're all trying to fight the good fight, and this organization is doing it in a very unique and irreverent way. That's the whole core of the organization. So they're another private organization, private nonprofit, Irreverent Warriors. So they connect with veterans by shared experience in military service, understanding, connection, and camaraderie, and using humor to heal. So, like I said earlier on, I'm usually a very lighthearted guy. I love to laugh and I love to make people laugh. So when I heard about this organization, I was very intrigued, and I immediately jumped into like, okay, what is this going? What is this organization? What do they do? And maybe can I be a part of that team as well? So the vision of the organization is unite the veteran community and drive a healthy culture within its members through creative engagements, events, and strong veteran-based support networks. We are catalysts for improving the veteran outlook. And the mission is to bring veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health and prevent veteran suicide. And just a brief, how do we prevent veteran suicide? Support and care. Irreverent Warriors knows that the best support network for veterans is other veterans. We bring a community of warriors together through therapeutic events across the country. We also work with other veteran organizations who provide services just such as job placement, training, housing, service dogs, and more. Through connections and bonds, the connections and bonds made at our events allow veterans to create their own support network, solving the most crucial issue contributing to veteran suicide, which is isolation. And then after an experience, we have experienced pain, tragedy, and trauma, whether overseas or at home, and many of us have used humor as a coping mechanism. Finding humor in difficult situations sheds some light on the darkness and helps us maintain a positive mental attitude and continue our mission. So we'll go ahead and try to watch this video real quick. It just kind of highlights a little bit more about what they do. And let's see if that plays.
Well, hello there, friends. So odds are, if you're watching this, you've probably heard of Irreverent Warriors, or someone sent this to you to explain what the organization is, or you just saw us walk down the main street of your local town and have some serious questions right now. Don't be alarmed. We're the good guys. So who are we? What are we? IW is a nationally recognized 501c3 nonprofit, an organization started by veterans for veterans. It is currently organized, administered, and funded almost exclusively by veterans and patriotic civilians who believe in our mission. And what is our mission? Simple. We bring veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health and prevent veteran suicide. Okay, now I hear you asking, but how does it work? Fair question. Our top secret formula is made up of some unique and practical elements which will set us apart and make us one of the most effective forms of unconventional therapy for our veterans today. The first element, we wear silkies, old military gear, ultra-patriotic clothing, assorted doodads, and basically whatever the hell we want. The rule is that minimum, we have to cover the pieces that the law defines as naughty bits. There's also no political, religious, or racist stuff allowed, period. We're not a protest, and we're not here to get political. We bring veterans together. That's the mission. That's it. So, why silkies? Well, because A, silkies are traditional military PT uniforms, so nostalgia. B, you can't take yourself too seriously while you're wearing silkies. C, it's eye-catching. Civilians can't help but stare with their mouths open. And D, our silkies, or Daisy Dukes of Freedom, represent peak performance and comfort combined with aesthetics. Scientifically speaking, it is the superior training garment. Second element, veterans and active duty personnel at hikes only. Yes, we are exclusive. If you served in any branch and have achieved legal veteran status, you're in. Combat is not a requirement. We don't need your DD-214. Just don't try to get one over on us. We can smell stolen valor a mile away and can't guarantee you won't be brutally shamed if you are caught. That's your one and only warning, fellas. The hike element, however, is a safe place for veterans to open up to each other and talk about things. Civilians don't need to hear about your exaggerated kill counts or experienced dead baby jokes. That's for us, which leads directly to our next element, connection. We're here to meet fellow vets we've never met, to make new friends who will last us a lifetime, to vent, to express, to talk. Suppose you just want to be left alone and march in silence. In that case, we'll respect it. But anticipate being approached by about 50 people who will make it their personal mission to become your new battle buddy. Our mission is to pull you out of isolation and have your back. And that's exactly what we will try to do. Finally, the thing that sets us most apart, our final element, humor, or irreverence. In this context, it's essentially the same thing. Want to make an ultra dark baby and napalm joke? This is the place. Want to talk about that time you stepped on an IED and now you have a nifty bionic leg? This is the place. As long as you're not being a downright terrible human being, and you know exactly what I mean, our hikes are a place you can share your darkest jokes with some folks that will get them. You might even laugh your way through some memories you didn't even think you could talk about with a stranger. All in all, it's pretty simple, really. We bring veterans together. We get them out of their house, out of their routine, and put them around people they can relate to, people who speak their lingo, who've been where they've been. This goes a long way to ending isolation. And if we end isolation, we go a long way to preventing suicide. And by the way, that's what we are, prevention, not intervention. This is not a clinical organization. Our only real prescription here is hugs. Our methods may be unconventional, but they work. But IW doesn't end there. We're also in the business of community building. So local coordinators will often put on events like bowling leagues, barbecues, or whatever else will bring their local vets together. We also facilitate networking among vets through our online community, which is another fantastic tool for keeping our most at-risk members connected. It's not uncommon to hear someone at a hike say, "I found my new best friend at IW. This is my family now." That's common. We also partner with veteran organizations that provide job placement, training, housing, service dogs, and more. I'm a prime example of this. Through connections and people I met in IW, I was able to get my current job. That's not our primary mission, but still, it's nice that nice things happen here. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself to a hike. And if you want to support a movement that's showing actual tangible results, consider donating to our cause. Go to irreverentwarriors.com for the hike schedule, to donate, and to get in touch with us. We want to hike with you. I want to see you there. And if you see me first, be sure to say hi. See you there.
All right. So yeah, that was their part of their website video, kind of describing a little bit about their mission. And I mean, the name is very appropriate. They're very irreverent. So I actually stumbled upon a local chapter, and I reached out and I said, hey, I'm curious about the organization. So I found the head of the local Memphis chapter, and we connected. I got added to the group chat, and I'm gonna do. There happens to be a Silky's hike in Memphis. I believe September 28th, so next month. So yeah, a little bit out of my comfort zone in some regards, because I don't think I don't own a pair of Silkies, so I'm gonna have to do some Silky shopping, but yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I've already just being part of the group chat. They're just hilarious people, and just looking forward to connecting. One thing I will say, just personally, moving to a new place is finding that sense of community and camaraderie. So far it's been a really great thing, and it may not be your cup of tea, but maybe somebody that would be a good fit for them. So look at the local chapters. And just check them out, because you might, like I said, you might find somebody that you really connect with, or, so it's just, it's that sense of community that I think a lot of veterans are missing out on. So with that being said, we're going to take another quick break. And, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about different organizations that are helping veterans. And hopefully, we'll get the word out to some more. If you're struggling, definitely reach out to somebody, and we'll get you some help. All right, we'll be back.
I think of me before the war, but that 24-year-old is just a shadow on the floor. I've lived and died in hell 8 times. I'm gonna take this last one and bring it to the light. No one sees the struggle behind the walls of war. The signs say all are welcome, but we can't get through the door. Tell me why hears the things we say. Tell me why you just choose to look away. Always step for what's right, when what's right isn't just fighting for a country that won't stand up for us. Sometimes I feel like giving up. Lay down the dreams I got and let them turn to dust. But I still got fire left in my blood. No soldier should be left behind or feel like there ain't enough. Tell me why you gotta beg for you to change. Tell me why you ignore the 88. Always step for what's right, when what's right isn't just fighting for a country that won't stand up for us. Oh, we lay down our lives, and you can't do what's just. Tell me why we gotta beg for you to change. Tell me why you ignore the 88. Tell me why no one hears the things we say. Tell me why you just choose to look away. Always do for what's right, when what's right isn't just fighting for a country that won't stand up for us. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why, tell me why, tell me why. Just stand up for us. Just stand up for us. Just stand up.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right. Hello. Welcome back. My name is Joey Laswell. I am the fire social worker. And today, we're taking a step back and we're highlighting some organizations that are helping out with eliminating, let's be honest, we want to eliminate veteran suicides and military suicides. So, it's a tough topic, but I feel like, we need to be talking like I've been advocating with talking about money. We need to be more open and honest and transparent and talking about these things. So if you're struggling, it doesn't have to be anything to do with money, but there are some connections to financial stress and suicidality. So yeah, like I'm basically kind of like I've been passionate or thinking a lot about this lately, and I have this platform, and it's something that is near and dear to my heart, and I just wanted to spend some time and just offering at least a lifeline for some people. Maybe you're in your unit and you're struggling with your finances, you're struggling with your mental health, whatever it is, and you don't feel like you can reach out to anybody in your unit, or you don't want to seek mental health care because you're worried about your security clearance or about your career or things like that. I get it. I know that feeling. So, I just encourage everyone to find a battle buddy. And if you don't have a battle buddy, find me. I will talk to you. I will I'll reach out, or you can reach out to me. My email is joseph@firesocialworker.org. dot or yeah .com. But find somebody, anybody, even if it's a family member, friend, somebody that you trust. Just reach out to somebody, because you're not alone. And it does take some courage sometimes to reach out for help, uh, but if you're not going to get help unless you reach out for help. So that's just my my encouragement to everyone out there. If you're struggling, with your finances or with just your mental health in general, I'm a social worker and I'm a military veteran. I've dealt with this issue in the past with other. I had an old supervisor that completed suicide, and it's just one of those things that, like I said, it's never going to go away necessarily, but if we band together, we can at least help each other out. So I was looking at some statistics. There are financial there are links between financial issues and veteran suicide. So according to a 2019 survey by the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, 71% of service members who experienced stress related to their financial situation also reported mental health challenges. And obviously, with mental health challenges, you're at a higher risk for depression, anxiety, and things like that, which can contribute to suicidal ideation. So there might not be a direct link, but there are plenty of stories of military members or veterans who hit financial rock bottom. They didn't see a way out, and then that was what they decided was their only option. So we don't want anyone to get to that point. So so that's basically my platform right now is to encourage people to seek help in any way that I can, in any way that they can. So debt is a problem for a lot of military members. We travel a lot. It's just there's just a lot that goes on. So even in let's see, in 2018 study published in the Social Psychiatry found that veterans with significant financial stress were more likely to engage in risky behaviors, including substance abuse and self-harm. So, there's so many links to your finances and these issues. So I've been brainstorming and thinking about, okay, well, what can I do to try to help with military members, in the grander scheme. So I've been brainstorming this idea to create a platform like BetterHelp, or like basically kind of like BetterHelp meets Uber for financial counseling. And I'm working on creating this platform where we have financial professionals who basically are like, like with Uber, you have a driver, they have a profile, they have a rating system, and then you have customers that are saying, hey, I want a financial professional. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a platform of financial professionals who have been vetted and basically are able to provide real-time financial counseling, and then customers who are looking for just financial support. So it's really just the platform to get people to talk, because one thing that I'm learning about the financial services industry is that there's a lot of financial professionals who are looking for clients, and then there's a lot of clients who are looking for professionals. They're not talking, they're not communicating, they're not linking up. And so my vision is to have this platform as an option. So part of this platform is always going to be free financial counseling for veterans. That's the core ideology of this platform. And the other part of it is I want to have an onboarding process or onboarding platform to where veterans can become financial counselors, so that they can start making money and bringing in, helping, because there's going to be, this is not necessarily going to be for all veterans, but it's going to be veteran focused. So there's going to be, civilians who need financial counseling, and, we're going to train veterans to become financial counselors. so that they can bring in extra money and start, helping their own, basically having a job. So that's kind of the grand vision. Obviously, I know that that's a huge undertaking, but I've reached out to some people, some professionals, some peers, and on paper, they like the idea. And when I learned about QRF.org, knowing that they have a financial component as well, um, I'm thinking that maybe we could merge somehow, or have a collaboration of some kind where, we have a partnership where, if they're having a financial crisis, financial situation, then they can be linked up to an on-call financial professional. So that's kind of my grand vision. I'm gonna probably start off with a smaller scale version of it, just as a proof of concept. But I've already got a Kickstarter page that I'm working on, and it might fall on deaf ears. It might be nothing, but at least it's my attempt to try to help connect people, help get people financial help, especially in crisis, because there are times where I've had people reach out to me saying, hey, I've got X amount of debt, I'm struggling, I need help, but they don't have maybe the means to pay for a financial professional. So that's another part. Then another challenge is finding some affordable way of platforming this whole thing. So if you're an app developer, I would love to try to work with people. I'm looking into trying to get funding, but ultimately the mission, like I said, the core mission is to provide financial counseling for veterans for free. Um, and but also somehow providing, financial professionals a way to make money, and then connect with clients who are looking for a financial professional. So as far as I know, I've done some market research. I don't think there is a platform out there like that. But I know there's probably going to be a lot of red tape. But ultimately, it's just it's a brainstorm. It's something that I'm obviously passionate about, helping people with their finances, but I can only do so much as one person. So by creating this platform, it can theoretically help a lot more people. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, or what I'm working on. So provide me some feedback. Get shoot holes in it. Do whatever you want. Just give me some feedback, and if that's something that you think would be viable, or you would be interested in helping out, then I'm all ears. So. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. The tentative name for it, and this is not this is actually ChatGPT created name, so take that with a grain of salt. But for now, I'm calling it the Fin Coach Connect. So Financial Coach Connect. That is definitely a work in progress. So if you have any ideas, good ideas for names, by all means, because I do want it to be, I want it to be a name that really connects with people, and they like, oh, okay, yeah, that's for, it's like the Uber of financial coaching or financial counseling. So if you are a financial professional and you're interested, or if you have feedback, let me know. I'm all ears, and I'm definitely willing and open to take feedback and criticism. So yeah, that was that basically the reason why I bring that up, why I'm tying that into financial, the financial stress with the military community and the veteran community is real. And there are times where I've had people reach out to me, like I said, and say, hey, I'm struggling with this situation, and I might not be the best fit for that situation or that person. I don't have the financial credentials for that, but I'm starting to connect with other financial professionals who might be the right fit. So that's the other thing, is like, and even as a social worker, I'm trying to find people the right resources. So that's also part of it too, is that, like, the financial world is very diverse and very there's just a lot of different components to it. So like I don't have any experience in life insurance policies, but I know that is a piece of the financial puzzle. So I would reach out to so and so and say like, hey, this is be a good fit for you. So but instead of referring out every person individually, what I'm hoping is that by creating this platform that you can create a financial profile that says, I specialize in this, this, and this debt. So I would focus on debt reduction, and things like that. Whereas another financial professional would focus on life insurance, or they're a certified financial planner, and they have their own skill set. So basically, I'm trying to create this platform that has mental health professionals who have their own unique perspectives and their own unique skill set, and then just connecting them with the right people. So that's the idea, that's the goal and the vision. But it's just an idea at this point. I'll see, depending on maybe some feedback, I can post the Kickstarter and say, hey, this is it, let me know. But like I said, I've put some feelers out there, and there's interest in it. But then turning it into reality is a whole nother can of worms. And all that to say is that, I'm wanting to reduce and eliminate any kind of financial stress, especially if this financial stress is causing any kind of suicidality, So if that is something that you feel like might be a good idea or not, let me know. I won't waste my time on it if you guys don't think it's a viable option. So yeah, that's my son Jack. He's banging on the door because he wants to hang out with Dad. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream a little bit early and spend some time with him, because you know what? I love my son, and he's an awesome kid. So I want to spend time with him, and I encourage everyone to go do the same with their family and their loved ones. So, so here we go. We're gonna end the show. Let me pick a good musical bit to try to end the show. I need to get some good music in here, but all right. Well, that's going to be the show for today. I thank you. I know this was a kind of a somber subject matter, but I appreciate everyone listening in. Hopefully this, if this helps a veteran or military member connect and get some help that they need, then it's worth it. I know it's not my usual programming, but it is something that I care about deeply, and I want to help as many people as possible. So there's a little bit of a musical outro, and thank you for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream.
She needs a little whiskey to sing the blues. It strips her down and she speaks the truth. Her anthem rings in quiet rooms, filled with smoke and day-old cruises. Takes all she's got to be with you. She's in love, but love don't matter anymore. Down to pain to make it through. All she ever wanted was love, not war. And now all that remains is this spinning wheel. Hear the beating of her heart, a faint reminder she's not giving up. Steady rhythm set apart, a marching drum for hope and scars.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.